Today I'm going to show you how to make 2 easy Valentine cards.
For today's craft, you're going to need some different colors of tissue paper, some different colors of paper. Here I have 3 different colors of paper, 2 different colors of tissue paper, a pencil, scissors, a marker, crayon or pencil crayon for writing on the inside of your card, and some glue. So you want to decide what colors you're using for your tissue paper. I happen to have these 2, but you could use a variety of different colors, whatever you would like. And you have to decide what you would like for the colors of your paper. The wonderful thing about a craft is there's no right or wrong, you get to decide. So the first thing you have to decide is what color you want for the background of your card. So I think I'm going to make 2 cards today just to show you the difference, and I'll put them in different colors. So how about I start with red for the background of one of my cards. So to do that, I'm going to take my red piece of paper. I'm going to put long side left to right, short side top to bottom. I'm going to fold it over. And then I am going to fold a little bit of the top over because this is going to be my card here. So you have to decide how big you want your card, but I want my card to be about this size, which means I don't want this extra piece of paper up here. So I'm going to fold that over. And because I have a nice fold line there, I'm just going to cut it out. And then you will see this is going to be the size of my card. So that's going to be the size of my card. There we go. Now I am going to show you what I want on the inside of my card, which will be some white paper because I want to be able to write a little message on the inside of my card. So because I want a little bit of white paper on the inside of my card, I want to do a little bit of measuring here. With my pencil, I am going to, so first I'll put my piece of paper down on, see, half of the card. I've got a little border, but I want a border on this side, so I want to cut a little bit of this off. And I want a little border on this side, so I want to cut a little of this off. And that just shows me where I need to cut. Now those lines aren't very straight, so all I'll do is fold my piece of paper over because that helps make a straight line, or you could use a ruler. So that helps give me a straighter line. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to fold about where my pencil mark is, and that'll give me a more straight line. And then I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to glue that right in the center. And that will be the message area for my card. So I get to write my Happy Valentine's Day, whatever message I want to write in there. So this is where my message will go, and then I want to decorate the front of my card. So that's going to be one of my cards. So I'll show you that one, and then we'll move to the second one just so you can see the difference. So for the first card, I want to put a heart on the front for Valentine's. I'm going to just take my pencil, I'm going to put a little dot right in the middle, and I'm going to curve up, around, and down. I'm going to curve up, around, and down, and there's my heart. Then I'm going to use my tissue paper. Now for my tissue paper, I want to cut it up into little pieces. I find the easiest way to cut it up is to fold it as many times as I can because tissue paper is pretty easy to cut. So I'm just going to fold it, and then just cut. It cuts into little strips. Do that again. And I'm going to cut. The bigger the strips when you cut them, it's just going to make a bigger ball when we go to wrap them all up. So there's no right or wrong. You're going to just have to decide what you like. You can see I'm not even folding super nicely or neatly. It is absolutely fine. Here I'm going to cut some more. And you'll see these are quite long, so I'm just going to cut them a little bit smaller. So little squares. So you're cutting up all the tissue into little squares. I'm not even working very hard at measuring. I'm making a little bit of mess, and that's okay. Now I have all this tissue. All I do is take the tissue and ball it. So I just roll it into a little ball. And I like to just take all my tissue first and start to just crumple it and put it into these, well, they're not even really balls, they're just like this blob, but don't worry, this blob will look cool when we're done. So you're just going to squish them all. Some are going to be smaller, that's okay. And I just roll, squish, squish, squish into a whole bunch of different little pieces, and then I just put them to the side because we're going to use those. So go ahead, grab your tissue, cut your tissue, and just roll a whole bunch of your tissue. Okay, I have some rolled. I still have more to roll, but it's taking me, as you can see, it takes a long time. So I'm just going to get started to show you, and then you can roll more as you need them. For the first one, I'm actually just going to glue around the outside. And that's all I'm going to do. So in order to do that, I find the easiest thing is to take some glue and start off by putting it on top of that pencil line that I created. I like to do one half at a time so the glue doesn't dry, and I just grab that tissue and I'm sticking it on in whatever pattern you would like. So you could make a pattern, you could do random, but you're just going to push those little pieces down on top of that glue. Now if something doesn't stick, you just add some more glue.
And when you're done putting tissue on the one side, all you do is grab some glue, you put glue on the pencil mark that you made on the other side of the heart, and then you glue your tissues down there. You will then have an outline of a heart in tissue. You will have the center, which is empty, so that's where you can write a little Valentine's message or decorate it any way you want. I'm just going to show you the finished product here, just so that I can get on to the next craft. Here's another option of a heart you can make using tissue paper.
So for this one, I'm going to use pink, just to show you a different color. I'm going to fold my pink piece of paper in half. I'm going to make a smaller card this time. You can make these in whatever sizes you want, but here I'm just going to cut this one in half. Then I'm going to fold it over again. I'm folding it over again. And I'm going to even get rid of more paper. So to do that, I'm just going to fold over to create a cut line and cut that part off as well until I end up with this little guy. This is my little card that I want. So if you want to take that white piece of paper that we used earlier and go ahead and trim some off. Oh, this is perfect. So I have a little border, and then here, I'll just cut that off to create a little border. So you can measure a white piece to go on the inside. Pink is a little bit easier to write on, so you might not even need the white piece if you didn't want it, but I like it as a little extra. Makes it look nice and pretty. And then I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna turn my card this way, but you can choose whatever you would like. And I am going to draw a heart again. So a dot in the middle, I'm going to come up and down, go back on the other side, come around and down, and there's my heart. And whoops, let's just do that. And this time, I am going to fill the entire heart. So I'm going to start by putting a little bit of glue in one area, and I'm just going to put tissue inside the whole thing. You could choose one color, you could choose multiple colors. It is completely up to you, but it just gives you a little bit of variety in terms of what you can do. And now you know how to create some tissue paper Valentines, and you can go ahead and create a set for your family, your friends, your classmates. When I'm done, I will show you, but I'm just going to keep going and gluing. Just a reminder, if you like these crafts, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so that you can have more interesting and creative crafts that you can participate in. Now you can see I'm just randomly gluing tissue and I've run out. So what do? I just roll up some more and I just keep going. So go ahead, create your Valentine. And now that I'm done my little heart, you could write a message on here or you don't have to. Here I'm going to, instead of writing Happy Valentine's Day, I'm going to write I love you. I'm going to actually write the U going sideways. And then when I open up my card, I can write my message all on the inside, and my Valentine is ready to go to that person that you care so much about.
Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids. Remember, be creative and have fun.